broken. Yeah, let me just turn it that way. Is that better? That should be a little bit better, hopefully. For some reason my volume mixer is not working. Anyway, let's carry on. Where are we here? We are Let's Bull Racing Round 5, racing at the Bahrain Outer Circuit. Formula 1 fans may know this as the Sakir Grand Prix from 2020. The race where the Mercedes did a Ferrari on George Russell and Checo Perez went from last to winning the race and saving his career. Yes, I'm alright, I'm just choking on a little bit of Fanta, not sponsored by Gamer Subs instead. No, I just need an air compressor. But we are here at round 5, Red Bull Racing. What is happening? We have 20 cars out there today. A nice average for us here at Praga Championship, which has been going very strong for us today and is making us happy and happy. And hopefully today a race where we can provide you some excellent racing with a minimum amount of incidents. Considering the nature of this track, is going to be a lot of heavy braking zone, especially into the first and the last corner, and maybe into turn 3 as well, with an awkward middle chicane that should keep drivers on the toes. Anyway, we have the championship. Let's actually have a look at the championship, because we have some excellent and very interesting developments here in the championship at Red Bull Racing. As we can see, the top 6. Professional graphics, by the way. We have Victor Bernard and Johan Karolczyk tied on points, 1-3-4 for both of them after the last round, and woes that Victor Bernard has endured. And if we quickly switch back to the main view, we see that Victor is setting paces to make up amends for last round. But I digress. The championship standing is now level on points, heading into middle of the season, where after this round is going to be halfway done and dusted. Following top 2, we have Ike Marv and Juan Granmar from Plus Ultra Team Automobilismo at 103 and 83 points respectively, which they could still come into contention, because Ike is only 31 points behind, and that's 13 points less than the maximum total, 14 points less than the maximum total a driver could score at a given weekend. So championship is not yet decided, as one might think. Following Juan, we have Danny Tutui and Ben Rashford 2 points apart. Actually, from Danny Tutui all the way down to P8 from Scott Sovic, who unfortunately is not racing today, I don't believe. No, neither is Fabian Gertner. There's only 11 points between these 4 drivers, with Danny Tutui, Ben Rashford, Fabian Gertner and Scott Sovic, with only Danny and Ben Rashford racing today. Good evening, Wushu! Happy to have you join spectating the race. We're just going through the time standings while drivers are on their practice. So from P9 we have Quanti and Luca Casal, Simas Ruplenas and Tom Harding, 15 points apart, P9, 10, 11, 12 respectively. And then after that we have from P13 downwards Mateusz Breitmeier, Corey Andrews, Markus Arnstad, Michał Szydlecki, Pavel Melnikov, Xander Scharf and Sacha Letelier. Very close points behind them, especially even a 1 point finish can move you up quite a lot of spaces. Falling down behind, we are still going. We have had so many driver entrants here today. We have Tarfidas Vinkunas with 4 points, tied with Mete and John Marcuzzi, with Daniel Taberna just behind them. Daniel Taberna has not joined us since round 3, and we do miss their presence, as well as any drivers who have not raced with us for a while. And then joining the non-point scoring finishers, we have Arno Ferrer, Nicolas Doll, Badem Habibovic, Edward Tapman, Liao Gaudas, Juniper Baker and Marco Stajic. 30 different drivers have graced our championship in this season, and that is a fantastic turnout. And we have even more drivers gracing our presence today, particularly in the name of if I can just turn the autocam off. Apparently I can't. I have to wait. Well, I guess I'll be waiting. Guess we'll be waiting until we go on track. We have 1 minute until drivers go out on qualifying session, so How are you doing, viewers in the chat? Are you excited for the race today? Could I stop, please? That would be nice. How are you doing in the chat? Hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Feeling silly. Hopefully that feeling silly does not impact the driving standards. I hope you were at the driver briefing, Quanti. We had a driver briefing. Remember what was said. Thank you, Kat. Right, but from this small look, what do we have? Victor Bernard 2.5 tenths ahead of Johan Kralchuk. We are with on his heels Ike Maraver 5 thousandths of a second behind. Practice, but that is only practice. It's yeah, judging from practice is trying to work out what the weather's gonna be like by the McDonald's burger meal. It just doesn't match up really. And the drivers make their way out on track, so let me turn autocam off so that I can introduce some of the newcomers today. We have Hayden Clampett for Sunset Outrun with this quite a nice livery indeed. There's one thing that we have not, I think, spoken about is the outlaps, and what Hayden has just demonstrated is what you're not supposed to. So ideally Hayden should lift off and give some space back. That is not allowed, so Sarah, if you could, just to remind Hayden that cutting on the outlap is not allowed. I digress. Anyway, we have another new driver here with us, and it is Lester, better known as yeah, the new Sunset Outrun livery. Anyway, where was I? I was just got confused with what was being said in the chat, and there's a chaos being said in the chat. So let us try. Not sure what Johan is doing. So that means Quanti will be our first driver to set a lap time. So let's follow Quanti and see what kind of lap Quanti will do for us today. And I believe it was Clinton that was the other new driver. So yeah, we have 2 new drivers here today. So that will give a total of 32 drivers. Which was quite a very excellent. And we see Danny Tatui on the back of Quanti already. That might impede Danny a little bit. Danny has been quite a bit faster. So let's see what Danny will do, whether he will back out or try to make a move on Quanti. Quanti moves out of the way for Danny to finish his move. So let's drive on board with Danny. Danny has received such a massive speed boost here from slipstreaming Quanti, inadvertently helping Danny to maybe a little bit of a faster lap time, unless Danny is on his outlap. And Danny Tatuik already goes 1:16.089, a good respectable lap time with Ike Maraver 2 tenths behind. And what seems to be a non-representative lap time so far. See where does autocam want to stay. On board with Mateusz Breitmeier starting his flying lap. Please, live timings, I require you, just so I know what's going on. It's 20 drivers out on track. Danny Tatui leading the charge so far. So let's see what Danny can do. Danny Tatui already 2 tenths up in the first sector. So he's on course for 1:15.8, which is a very, very quick time indeed. That will put him up within the top 4, top 5 definitely. He's already looking even faster. I'm not sure whether you can hear that in my poor car. Let's see what's happening with as Danny Tatui crosses the start finish line. He sets a 1:15.7. That is a marker to beat a very, very rapid time from the Romanian driver. As the rest of the pack come across, Hayden 2 tenths behind, just outside of the mark, outside of the 115s. Hayden is a quick driver. He is capable of reaching into 115s. Let's have a look at the usual pole sits driver. Not Mateusz, I'm sorry to say that, but Johan Karolczak. Let's see what Johan Karolczak will be able to do. In fact, let us drive on board with Johan Karolczak as he sets his next flying lap. So Johan Karolczak, 1:15.9. And let's go aboard the Sakir Grand Prix. Right, heavy into the braking zone. This is the heaviest braking zone on the track. The most opportune place to overtake. And this, turn 2, is the opportune take to have a little bit of a switchback maneuver. If you can get a better exit, which is quite possible, onto the second DRS zone. If you are racing in Formula 1, into turn 3, another heavy braking zone. This is quite tricky. It can unsettle the car a little bit, especially if you get on the throttle early. With the changing camber, turn 4. This is where we're diverting from the Formula 1 Grand Prix into the very awkward chicane. You want to get the car as straight as possible through here. It's pretty. You will be braking and turning the car. It's very easy to unsettle the car and might be a place where a lot of mistakes can happen. Down towards the back straight and into the final corner we go. We will be going into the third and final heavy braking zone, and another overtaking opportunity right here. Hit the apex, ran to the outside, very beautifully done by Johan Karolczak. However, still not personal bests for Johan Karolczak. He is a few tenths down at the moment. Darlington 2 has set quite the marker. Johan Karolczak improves only ever so slightly. There's 4 minutes still remaining on track, but that was the lap of the Sakir Grand Prix, or the Bahrain outer layout. Very simple, very quick. Should provide some very interesting racing and battles on the brakes. Especially Sector 1 might provide us with some switchback maneuvers. Especially going deeper into turn 1 might be a viable defensive strategy to get a better run out of that corner for turn 3, where you can fight on the brakes once again. So blessed the Italian, new Italian camera, showing us the pace that he has within that Praga. Only a tenth down in the first sector, and seems like the sector 1 will be a place where a lot of drivers are very close together. All things considered, sector 1 consists of turn 1, turn 2. But Blester setting 1:16.3, that is a pretty quick time, puts himself up to P6. However, we do still have a few drivers that are yet to set their representative lap time, including Victor Bernard, who at the moment is stone dead last without a representative lap time. As Johan Karolczak comes across the line, puts himself, just under 2 tenths behind Darlington 2, but still not fast enough. Let's see where Victor Bernard, and just as I was saying, Victor Bernard puts himself second place with Cyanide Racing, P1, P2, front row lockout. Johan finds himself P4, not the position that he will be wanting to finish in. Juan Gramash finds himself at the moment P6 behind the newcomer Hayden Clampett. Hayden setting some very good pace out there with a top 5 finish. He might make a little bit of a ruckus here. Let's switch back to Johan Karolczak as he is now entering the outer layout chicane. This turn is crucial. We have a driver out on the outbounds. Keeps out of the way nicely. Should not affect Johan in the slightest. But what is Johan doing? 52.9. We are not sure how fast that is due to ACTV being ACTV. So let's see. Johan Karolczak, final turn to go. Getting out of here. Not as crucial as... Well, it's crucial for the following lap, so you really want to nail that corner. Or you want to nail all the corners. It's racing at the end of the day, and it looks like Johan was just preparing his lap. So let's switch on. We got Ben Rashforth, a consistent point scorer, and Ben Rashforth has been first time podium sitter out here in Turkey last round, and impressed us quite a lot with his drive in Turkey. It's been his best weekend thus far in the Praga Championship. Let's switch for a different camera set. Ben Rashforth, very wild on the exit, got on the power too early. This will not help his lap time in the slightest. now through the chicane, keeping it very nice and tidy. Ben Rushford is coming into here, as he said, with zero practice, and so far he is able to keep himself out of trouble throughout that chicane. But 44 seconds remaining is now the last lap for all the drivers. Anyone that's in the pits, gone, out. Your qualifying is over. So Ike Marave, qualifying is over for himself. He sits P3. Let's see if he can keep the P3. As Ben Rushford comes across the line with 1:16.693, so not faster than his personal best. And Johan Karolczak will cross the line with a 1:15.756. So Johan Karolczak has one more lap time to go. Danny Tatui will most likely come across his final lap time. Victor Bernard has called it quits, so that he will not be setting another lap time. Let's see if Danny Tatui can improve on that 1:15.6. He has Johan Karolczak still on the outlap, or still on a valid lap time. And no, Danny Tatui is not able to improve on his fastest lap time. So let's see if Johan can be lucky to avoid the traffic. 20 cars out there, even those quite a lot of drivers are already coming back into the pits. Quite a few drivers cutting the chicanes right here, might be calling it quits. Let's see if he can avoid this traffic, or ideally pick up a little bit of a slipstream from any drivers up ahead to help him out to secure that pole position. Johan Karolczak with 1:52.3. Yeah, Johan Karolczak setting rapid lap times. He's neck and neck at the moment with Danny Tatui. So let's see if he can... No, Johan Karolczak is back into the pits. Unfortunately, he would not... He will be starting P3, just one spot behind. Just one spot behind his main championship rival. And yeah, we can see that Johan is unhappy about the traffic. Yeah, Johan is unhappy about the traffic here today. Yeah, very short circuit, 20 drivers, so traffic will be a little bit more of a factor. Victor Bernard doing a little bit of a rear wheel burnout, as it seems to be that the qualifying will be over. Can I turn the auto cam off? Thank you very much. And our pole sitter for this race will be Danny Tatui, securing his... Let me fact check myself here. His first or second... No, Danny Tatui secures his first pole position in the Praga Championship Cup. So let's see what Danny Tatui, with the pace he's shown, can do from P1 on the grid. He has his teammate just alongside him, and a teammate that had the measure of Danny throughout the championship so far. So let's see if Danny can show that he is a match for his teammate, and more importantly, a match for the championship rivals Johan Karolczak, Ike Marve and Juan Gramage. It is what it is. Welcome, Sunset Barracuda. Ah, it's so close, Hayden. 2/10. 2/10. It is what it is. Still a very good showing. You have split the team of Plus Ultra Team Automobilismo in half. So there is a good fight still up ahead. Yep, unfortunately, very much unfortunately, 20 drivers on a 1:15 track. There will be a lot of traffic. But yeah, here's the race. We have a countdown. It's happening 20 seconds. Hopefully, hope everyone in the chat is having a good time. Hopefully, all the drivers are having a good time as well. And yeah, let's have a look. P7 to P16. What do we have? So P7 is a 1:16.3. we have a 1 second to P18, so everyone's within a second from P1 to P18. I don't know why my mouse keeps coming back to the center. Something very wrong happening there. I do not like that in the slightest. And I should be in the pit. And autocam, please. Autocam. Thank you. Why am I on the grid? No, I do have auto start system on. I don't know why it's not working though. Oh, never mind. We will just do it the old-fashioned way. With Danny Tatui on pole position. 45 seconds remaining. And it seems like my Assetto Corsa is just having an issue. My cat's sitting on top of my PC, heating up my PC, not very good. Do I have some sort of something else plugged in? Right. Right. Drivers. I guess we will just have to start with ACTV. Never mind. Well, let's go back to the pits. As we move back on with Danny, with Siju out on track. What is happening? Okay, sorted. Oh, I say sorted itself out. Oh, everybody going very wide so far. Let's have a quick look out here. Everyone making it through turn 1, quite nice and tidy. Very well done to all the drivers that are currently happening. All driving. Do we have few drivers? We have few drivers off in the distance. I believe that is Liao Gaudas and Arno may have gotten themselves into quite a little bit of a hassle. And I just have to see what the heck is happening with my Assetto Corsa here. So bear with me for just a few moments. There we go. No idea what is happening with today. There we go. Apologies for that. We will have to go with ACTV completely being off. I am not sure. I do not want to restart the race for the fear of what is happening. So, race 1 happening as it is. You know what? I got an idea. I will unplug my keyboard. So, for the time being, I will let... Oh, we have quite a lot of smoke coming from turn 1. Everybody making it through just fine. But I will have to see what is happening here. Right. Quantian, we had a little bit of contact. Let me just put the autocam on. This is going to be annoying to diagnose. Happening. Yeah, I will have to rejoin, not sure what is happening. So, apologies for that. Apologies to all the viewers. We have experienced technical difficulties that we have never experienced before. Let's hope we are not missing important parts of the race. I am certain my co-steward will. And so far, yep, worst case scenario is streaming on Discord. So far, it seems to be holding just fine. Let's mess around with the things. Here we go. So what has happened is Victor Bernard now has taken the lead. I need to put auto camera on there. And turn it off. So we have... What's the situation? We got Victor Bernard leading, so we missed that a little bit. We have Danny Tutui just a second behind. Johan Krocher half a second behind. Ike Maraves 6 minutes behind. As Ben Rashford on the brakes inside Xander Scharf. A beautiful, well-executed maneuver for Ben Rashford. Puts himself up to 7th place. Hayden, in the meantime, has lost a place to Juan Gramash, who is now P5 and is 7/10 behind the Spaniard. Xander Scharf is not out yet. Xander Scharf is a little bit on the brakes. Blester hits him. Yes, could have ended so much worse, but it has ended pretty badly for the Finn and the Italian newcomer. Now Blester trying to make his way through. We have contact. Xander Scharf into the back of Mete. That was a very weird contact right there. Not sure if Meta stopped too much, just a little bit too much, but now we have a free wide going into the final corner. Xander Scharf around the outside of Mateusz Breitmeier. Will he get the better traction? Tautfidas still there. This is the battle for 12th place. Now, for anyone who's new here today, the way we race in Let Go Racing is we have the first to 12 will be reversed for second race. We have two 20-minute races. This is the first of those 20-minute races, and the second race, the top 12, all the points paying positions, will be reversed. Tautfidas goes down the inside, makes a maneuver stick on Xander Scharf. Xander Scharf just rolling backwards for one reason or another, be it through opportunistic maneuvers or through a little bit of self-inflicted incidents. Let's stay with this battle. Xander Scharf again very close to Mateusz Breitmeier. Is going to try to drive around the outside of turn number 4, but he's going to have to back out. No, he's going to force Mateusz to back out. Good maneuver for the Finn, with Tautfidas improving himself up to P11. Oh, and a little bit of a double contact from Xander. Spins Mateusz Breitmeier out of the contention for some points. And unfortunately for Mateusz, he's got a lot of traffic coming his way. And now it's Mete Onto battling for the final 12 points playing position. And he's going to have that slipstream down the main straight. This is quite a long straight, one of the longest straights on our calendar. Look at him gaining, look at the amount of speed he has. He's going to go down the inside of Xander Scharf on the turn 1. No, he won't. He's taking a more conservative approach into that corner. The Algaldas behind uses the opportunity to close very much up onto the battling duo. While that's happening, let's tune in to the leading quad? Whatever the heck quad is. Quintet. Is it quintet? No, quintet is 5, I think. Regardless, the top 4, as we see everyone less than just over half a second between one another, keeping nip and touch. Have a look at what the lap timings have to say as we come back to the ensuing triplet battle for the final points paying position and the position that gives you pole for round 2. So this is a place that will be heavily contested. Oh, good maneuver from Mete to retake place number 13, but that might allow Xander Scharf to pull away a bit faster, as Quanti is now battling with Edward Tapman. Quanti not having the race that he probably would have wanted. Meanwhile, what is happening right at the top? It's Danny Tutu with the fastest lap, last round 2/10 faster than Johan Krosching and a 10 faster than Victor Bernard. As we see contact, Quanti just outbrakes himself and careens into the back of Arno. This is the exact moments that we were warning drivers to be wary of. And it's not the first time that Conti has suffered from similar mistakes. It's a bad life for Conti. They really need to refocus when it comes to battling on the brakes. It's not the first time that they have hit somebody ahead of them last round to PGO when they went trying to make a maneuver on the shaft and just outbraking themselves in very similar manner. So we have a sit rep on this situation. Top 3 still within 1 second from P1 to P3, still battling between one another. Can Johan Karolczak make his way past the rivals? And we see more contact from Tautvidas. Svinkuda spins on the straight. That was a crash with Blester. And I wonder if there was anything going by it, whether it was Tautvidas' fault or whether it was self-inflicted or Blester driving in front of him. We have one driver. Oh, Tautvidas spins. The tires may have been just cooked. Oh, that's very unfortunate for the Lithuanian driver. He was driving in very good position, especially for the reverse grid. Johan Karolczak onto the back of Danny Tutu and Ben Rushworth onto the back of Arno, battling for PA position. Let's see if he can make the maneuver stick, or will Arno fight him with a switchback maneuver? Ben Rushworth keeping it nice and tidy. Arno has no answer for that maneuver. Outside of the slipstream zone, has a little bit of a speed advantage, but is it enough down the main straight? And something must have happened up ahead. The drivers have spread out quite substantially. On the brakes, Arno too far back to make a move. Ben Rushworth drives very wide. He's going to have a compromised line into turn number 2. Now Bernard and Arno have had a history of get-togethers through many series that they have raced against one another. As Ben Rushworth now breaks himself, Arno's going to take advantage of that. Swoop around the outside with the speed. Oh, he's going to just dip his tires into the gravel. Does he have the advantage into the chicane? No, there's contact. I knew this was going to happen. This was inevitable. English, side by side into the chicane. Never works. Ben Rushworth was ahead, keeping to the side, giving him enough room, and just Pavel just looks up the front wheels and loses his position to Blester. Conti again on the recovery drive after the incident that they had. Is he gonna make a move on down the shaft? No, he's not. They not. But we have Blester 0.1 seconds going down the inside of Ben Rushworth. But Ben Rushworth keeps the place with good maneuver, but Blester has the overspeed and is gonna pull away into 8th position. What is happening up ahead? Everyone up ahead driving more or less similar lap times, but Johan Karolczak dropped 6/10 in somehow through either mistake of his own or another incident. But these three just within 1 second of 1 hour through the chicane. Ben Rushworth takes a very adventurous line. Could have ended in tears. The curbs are not very easy on the car. Now within slipstream distance. Is he gonna make a dive down the inside? No, he's gonna think better of it. He's gonna stay behind. He'll probably pressure Blester into a mistake, try and get a better drive, and move down to turn number 1. Well, a little bit of a internet connection, it seems, from Blester as he pulls away. Quanti again, only 0.4 behind Zander. They're just not able to make up for the mistakes that have happened at the beginning of the race through their fault or fault of others. Ben Russell just falling behind from Blesta. Blesta just having a little bit more of a blinking issue. Let's see why that would be happening. Maybe that is what happened to Tautvidas. And we have Quanti off. Quanti has been off through the gravel. Through the chicane, they went off. And the day keeps happening worse and worse for Quanti. Now down to P18 and Tautvidas behind. What a race could have happened for Tautvidas had he not that run-in with Blesta. 5 minutes remain. Stuff can happen. And Quanti into the wall. What happened there? Did Quanti just lose it? Quanti into the pits is probably retire from race 1. And it seems to be a race filled with attrition. Drivers falling left and right. Only the top 10 drivers so far have been consistent enough not to fall victim. Johan Karolczak trying to get as close as possible. Danny to do on the brakes. Look how much he closes the distance. But did that sacrifice the exit speed that Johan could have achieved against Danny Tutu? Danny Tutu just able to maintain the gap advantage ahead of the Frenchman. So as we enter through the first sector, it's Johan Karolczak with a 10th advantage. Let's see if he was holding back a little bit of pace to unleash it towards the end. We know Johan is very much capable of doing it, and we have seen Johan do it before, where he just is able to just carry on driving, maintain that focus, keep a hold, and nurse his tires to unleash their full potential late in the race when all the other drivers have just shot the tires. Johan Karolczak sets the fastest middle sector, gaining by a 10th to the leading pair. We have Zander Schaaf and Arno contact. For one reason or another, they have come together. With that result, let's move back to the battle between the trio up ahead. Karolczak seems to be losing out on the final sector. The final sector is one of the most crucial ones. It's the turn that leads you onto the main straight. Just 2 straights and a 1 corner, and that is where you want the advantage on the straights. Close up, get within the slipstream. Drivers will be running minimum rear wing on this layout of the circuit, so dirty air should not be as big of a factor as in previous rounds, for example like PGO. Johan just closing in. 0.6, 0.5, just not able to get within the slipstream, just unable to, as we see Liam car getting out of the way for the drivers behind that are lapping. Again, half a second, Johan Karolczak, half a 10th, made up half a 10th. Johan Karolczak has 2 laps to, I'll say the names way too often. The Frenchman has 2 laps to make up another position behind Victor Bernat. The Spaniard holding the fastest lap, so an extra point. Some extra point in front of the Frenchman. And the Frenchman, he's playing the math games. He will be playing the math games like, I need to do as well as possible, maximize my points, and just get rid of the bad luck I had in earlier rounds. All things considered, Johan did mention that he will be missing the next round at Autopolis, a track where he said he would have thrived, the one that would have suited his style, and ergo needs to maximize the points, as one of the drop runs will be go for that absence. Again, Johan Crutcher just losing time, just not able to keep up. He might just call it here and try to nurse the car back. Oh, as we have Edward Tapman pulling off into this escape road and back into the pits. Yeah, we do have a little bit of a ping spike for Edward Tapman. That is confirmed by the server. So what is happening out on track? It kind of seemed to have mellowed out with the action up ahead. Most of the drivers seem to have avoided incidents, and most of the incident even seem to have come from network-related issues. Or from lapse of judgment in the braking distance. Danny Tutu now 0.6 behind his teammate. Coming down onto the final straight, it will be Victor Bernard who will triumph once again in Let For Racing in race 1, coming home to take a well-deserved victory. Oh yeah, ACTV is not up here, is it? Thank you. With Danny Tutui coming home to take P2, so it's one of the first, if not the first, 1-2 for Cyanide Racing, with Johan Karolczak coming home P3, very close behind, was able to keep in touch, just did not have that extra or that little advantage he needed to get ahead of the two Cyanide Racing. P4, P5 goes to Plus Ultra Team Automobilismo Ikemarave and Juan Gramaj, with the newcomer Hayden Clampett coming home P6, a very respectable finishing position. Simas Ruplenas comes home P7, a very well driven race for the Lithuanian driver, with the newcomer Blesta coming home in P8. Ben R continues his points finishing streak in P9, with Anno coming P10. Meta coming back with P11, good haul of points for the Turkish man, with Leao Gauda scoring, I believe, his first point and securing the reverse race pole. And the remainder of the grid, we have John with P13, Arno P14, Xander Scharf, a disappointing P15. I know he's capable of much more, but through incidents, either through his fault of his own or self-inflicted, finishes P15. Teusz Breitmeier, 16. Taut Fidas, what could have been? Taut Fidas was in prime position to secure very good reverse grid position, but for one reason or another, that will have to be reviewed, finishes in P17, with Liam Carr 18, Edward Tappan 19, and Quanti finishing 20th. Let's have a look in the Praga chart. What happens? And yes, I can confirm. I can confirm that Tatvidas has been on the receiving end of internet connection issues. So if we see more internet connections from Blesta or Tapman, we may have to pull them out of the race. So, if the stewards deem that the drivers are unfortunately a safety hazard due to internet connection, we will have to remove them from the race. As unfortunate as that is. Right. Let's go ahead and see what the reverse grid will be for us. It will be Leao Gaudas on pole position. A sport that Leao Gaudas was very accustomed to back in the BTCC days. Very often receiving the reverse pole position, with Mete Ontek on the front row joining him alongside. Arno and Ben Rashford share P3, P4, and these two have, we've said it before, have a history of racing hard against one another. With the newcomer Bless and Ruplinas P 5-6 on row 3, with Klampe and Juan sharing row 4. Row 5 goes to Ike Marva and Johan Karolczyk ahead of his championship rival Dani Tutui and Victor Bernat. First race P6, it's a very, very well driven race indeed. Considering the strength of grid we have, Victor Bernat, Dani Tutui, Johan Karolczyk, Ike Marva and Juan Gramage amongst the fastest drivers on the sim race, in our sim racing community here at Ledpo Racing. But yeah, my heart goes out to Tad Fidas. Tad Fidas was in such a good position to receive a very, very good reverse grid position that I'm sure he would have been able to exploit in race 2. Say exploit. And as we see, 90 seconds to go. Here is the grid as it stands. Goal, yeah, as I said, Liaugardas, Mete, Arno, Rashford, Luprenas, Klampe, Gramage, Marve, Karolczak, Dani Tutui, Victor Bernat, your reverse top 12, and the remainder 13 to 20 should be to 20 was as follow: John, Arno, Schaaf, Breitmeier, Svinkunas, Carr, Tupman, and Quanti. Do we have any missing grid slots? Nope. Oh, seems good. There we go. Who did we lose for a moment? "30 seconds till lights go out. How is chat doing? You have 30 seconds to tell me how your day is doing, and I hope and whether you're enjoying the coverage thus far. Unfortunately, my co-commentator is not here today. He is on a holiday trip, and I am left here alone. Unfortunately, he has escaped the dungeons, the attic, basement. 6 lights come on, 3, 4, 5 and 6 lights here on the set of Corsa. 6 lights go out and the racing shall begin right now. It's a good start from Liaugardas. Mete Ontek a little bit sleepy on the restart, already under pressure from Ben Rush, who had an excellent start. He's already down the inside of Mete Ontek. Remember guys, this is all about safety, so let's just get a good wide. Ooh, everyone navigating it quite nicely, very well driven, very well held. Ooh, we are avoiding. Oh no, as I say that, a little bit of bonking, but pretty good thus far. Oh, we have a little bit of contact. You got Ike Maravego, spin for Victor Bernat, and unfortunately, I have a feeling, yes, this will be a restart. I have a feeling we have had quite the 6, 7 cars involved, 8 cars maybe involved in there. We had like almost half the grid. Oh dear lord. We will be restarting the server. I don't think I'm the server instead. Oh yeah, fucking, I've got auto start system. Just freaking chat out. Yeah. Ah, thank you. Awesome. Ah. Yep. We have had quite the carnage up ahead. And a certain few Spaniards have been involved as well, so we will have to definitely see how it goes. Please no death. I am just quick. Hang on, chat. I am quickly reading the chat and seeing what happens. Yeah, it was 5 wide turn 1. It was quite the a spectacle to see, and it would have been better if everyone made it through safely, but unfortunately drivers, we are not esports professionals, so take it easy, guys. Safety #1 priority. It's much better to just be 3 seconds behind than what you could have earned than be stone dead last, taking out the half the grid. So let's hope no more restarts as 6 lights go on, 6 lights go off. We are racing once again. It's a better start for Mete Onto this time around. Ben Rushford for a start. He's now pressured by Simas Ruplenas. As we head on to turn 1, we see going 3 wide abreast, line astern from one another, making it through turn 1. Ooh, a little bit of contact between drivers, evasive actions, and it's turn 2 that might be a little bit of a, well, again we see drivers going into one another. We see Blesta driving into the side of, oh, that was a very questionable rejoin. Mete Onto keeps P3, Ben Rushford battling for first place with Lau Gaudas. And what is the rest of it? Is Johan Karolczak going slowly? What happened to Johan Karolczak? He's going off slowly. Ooh, a little bit of body contact more into the chicane. 3 drivers abreast. Oh, we have spin from Xander Scharf once again. And Mete Onto, in all of that chaos, somehow has taken first place. And I believe Xander, not through fault of his own, has spun out. And Yaugada still holding P3, Juan Gramage in P4, Victor Bernard, P5, P6, Johan Karolczak quite a way back from the leading battle. Oh, this could get Larry. We have six cars within 1 second going 4 wide into turn 1 on the brakes. Victor goes wide. Ooh, very opportunistic from Victor, but a little bit of nip and touch there. That was a send from afar, a little bit of contact. And who is that? That's Mete Onto spinning. We are not sure whether that was self-inflicted or not. But we have a top 5 battle once again. Oh, a little bit of internet connection from Ben Rushford. Takes out Liao Gaudas. And it's very unusual to see Ben Rushford blinking in and out of existence like that. Absolute chaos. Liao Gaudas now forced to battle his way back up. Now Danny Tatu will be pressuring his teammate, and Johan Karolczak will need to get a move on. He's one of the people who unfortunately has lost out in that lap 1 chaos. As so far Johan Karolczak sets the fastest lap time, and I just want to keep an eye out on a few drivers. Oh, that was a very deep on the brakes from Blesta, shoving his way past Arno right there. Not the kind of racing we want to see. Keep it clean, remember? Oh, John gets a very wild sideways action. Oh, a little bit of a touching and banging from Ikamara there on John. Johan Karolczak now 0.2, 0.3 behind Ben Rushford, and he's going to get a better exit. Was able to put his power down more. Ben Rushford a little bit on the sand will not help him on the down speed, and it should be quite an easy move for Johan Karolczak down into the final 10. Ben keeps the inside line. Johan takes the wider line. Ooh, a little bit. Johan missing the apex just a little bit. But then going in deep, sacrificing the straight line speed that he would have had. Ben really needed to pull in a tighter line. But so far it's Johan with the slip, with overspeed. Ben Rushford getting a little bit, just a smidgen of overspeed. And goes very much deep. Johan keeps it nice and tidy. Easy move for Johan Karolczak. This is where the experience shines through. Johan very calm, just allowed Ben to outbrake himself. Ben still within slipstream distance, mind you. But this was the chance for Ben to make a move. There will be very little chance going into the chicane. Right, let's see. Let's have the run-up of what is happening out on the green. Victor Bernard leading the race once again, down into 2 in second place. We have a repeat of race 1. How about Juan Ramage now in final podium place in P3. Johan Karocek P4, chasing the top 2. Was hoping he would be able to make bigger damage from the race restart. Ben Rushford now down to P5, still in a very good place as Blesta tries to make their way past Quanti. Quanti on the brakes, hits the apex and gives just enough space for Blesta. Quanti keeping their 8th position as the battle will continue down to the following turn. Now back to the grid. We have Ika Marve P6 with John P7. Quanti and Blesta P8-9 respectively, but for how long we will have to see. P10 we have Breitmeyer with Hayden not having the greatest of second races, down in P11. Arno with the final points paying position in 12, and Anno, not confusing in the slightest, P13 with Svinkunas, Liao Gaudas, Meta, Edward Tapman, Liam Carr. 14, 15, 16, 17, and 19. We have had 2 retirements thus far. Let's hope we don't see any more retirements. Blesta trying a move, but no can do. Quanti doing just enough to keep their 8th position. But Blesta will have the speed advantage going into turn number 1. This will be battle on the brakes. Quanti very late on the brakes. Blesta, a little bit of a blinking from them. Johan Karocek just not able to make a move that he would like. What is the lap time? So yeah, 117.1 from Johan Karocek. Something must have happened to Johan to allow Ben Rashford to come back. Oh no! That's very bad for Quanti. We may have to remove Blesta for blinking too much. This is the second time that we have seen. Yep, Blesta is blinking quite a bit. We may have to remove Blesta from the session. And Quanti unfortunately disconnects from the race, not fault of their own. Internet issue has been it seems to have been pretty bad for this particular one, and to be honest, it has only affected 2 drivers. So let us ride aboard with Blesta for a little bit for yeah, very unfortunate Quanti. We have seen that happen. Hayden Clampett making with a move around the outside of Hayden Clampett. Sarah, if you can keep an eye out on Blesta, if he teleports once more, please remove him from the session. This is what we have to do. As we now witness the battle between Ben Rashford and Ike Marabel. Ike has been on quite a charge to go up the order. And it's so far we have a Spanish burger of Victor, Juan and Ike 1, 3 and 5 with the French-Romanian filling. Ben Rashford would like to be inside of that sandwich. Will he fight on the brakes? He could give him just enough room, but shows him the long way around. Can he nip inside? No, he cannot. Let's see how. Let's switch back to the battle for the 5th place and see whether Ben Rushford can make a move on the Spaniard. While we periodically will switch back to the battles happening behind. Oh, Ben Rushford within the slipstream distance. Ike Marve dipped his wheels onto the gravel. That will compromise his speed down the main straight. Ben Rushford trying to wait into the very final moment. Big lockup from the cars up ahead. Round the outside, Ben goes just enough space. Oh, Ben just overestimates the speed he was carrying, or underestimates the speed he was carrying, and Ike Marve is able to keep inside of Ben and keep his place. Ben will have to try once again. 10 minutes remaining. As we see a battle happening behind. And Leicester attacking Hayden Clampett. Let's keep a close eye on this battle and see what happens from it. Ooh, big lookup from Leicester. Hayden keeps it nice and tidy, going into the S's, into the chicane. If he can stay ahead, he should have it nice and easy. Ooh, Leicester goes deep on the brakes, almost takes out Hayden, but is able to stay just far behind. And this battle may be sorted. Further down the order, we have a three-way battle for 9th position. At the moment, John is leading with Breitmeyer beside him, and Arno going down the inside, making it a 3 wide. Who's gonna come out on top? John takes the very early braking zone. Oh, Mateusz Breitmeyer pinches John. John giving a little bit of a loft up for Arno. Ooh, that could have ended very, very poorly. John, unfortunately, the loser in that particular instance, did everything right and was just pinched aggressively by Mateusz Breitmeyer, coming out on top with a P9 position. Unfortunately, that is racing, Quanti, and let's not forget you were. We saw you with an incident a little bit of too. John 0.3 behind Arno. Battle for P9 is not yet over. Let's see what these three drivers can perform. John, very good drive through the chicane, gets a very good exit down the main straight. Good slipstream. Remember that these cars are longer than you might expect. John tries a move down the inside. Can he outbrake Arno? Ooh, down, hits the apex nicely. Gets way ahead of Arno midway through the corner. Drives out. Does he have enough overspeed? Or did he even get a better speed than Mateusz Breitmeyer to go on after and chase the 9th position he lost to the Polish driver? What happened there? Ben Rushford had a little bit of an incident, it seems, and has fallen back to 8th place. Hayden being promoted, Hayden and Leicester being promoted to P6, P7 respectively. And the battle for 9th place is still not over. Drivers within 1 second of one another. And Meta into the final points paying position. Oh, Mateusz Bremer gets a very bad exit. John gives him just a little bit of a love tap to keep him going, not to spin him out. That was a very generous of John. Could have had a poly. Arno takes the lead for the time being. This will be a battle. And then Mateusz spins. Not sure if that was forced. That looked like he may have had a little bit of a wheel on the grass and turned it a little bit too aggressive. And we have a driver sat in the middle of the track. It's a kind of very dangerous spot. Not sure what happened there. Could have been a hardware disconnect. And you see it's like a round. Ooh, a little bit of a lockup and a spin from Lau Gaudas, I believe. Ooh, a little bit of a wiggle from John. 4 minutes, 4.4 minutes remaining. Well, 4 more laps. So the battle for 9th position not over as Meta arrives on the scene. And tries to make it a three-way battle once again. Little bit of sip of a drink. My throat is getting a little bit dry. Blessler now chasing Hayden Clampett, who's chasing his second 6th place finish. And the gaps between the top 5 actually have increased as Johan Karolczak just losing more and more time, and Blessler now right behind Hayden, who will be watching this very closely. And also watching the battle for 9th place very closely as well. Big lockup from Meta, trying to go deep into the chicane. Down the straight, John has the slipstream, has the better exit speed. Arno goes the defensive, goes back down to the middle of the track. Dangerous maneuver as John drives around the outside of Arno. Arno getting even worse exit, puts himself under line of fire from Meta. Meta improving up to 10th position. 3 minutes remaining, 3 laps remaining. Arno now has the greater speed. Maybe he's done the big brain move to give Meta, to give him the slipstream. 3 wide into turn 1. John takes a good line. Meta, Arno very conservative into turn 1. All of this battling is bringing Arno back into the picture, and we might see a 4-way battle from P9 down to P12. Very cordial between drivers thus far. Ooh, a little bit of a touch from Arno, not enough to destabilize Meta. Let's hope we can keep it cordial. Meta 0.3 behind John is has the slipstream once again. Moves down into the final corner, very popular. And the most overtaking we see. Ooh, a little bit of a slide from Meta. Meta spins, Arno helps him into the spin, no time to react. In fact, helps Meta to turn himself around and not lose as many points. Arno now gets promoted to 10th place. Svinkunas goes up into points, puts himself into 11th place, and might actually nab some points from this whole ordeal. Oh, but that puts Meta out of the points that he has so valiantly fought for. Just derailed for a mistake of his own. And so far, the race seems to span out a little bit. The only battles that I can see so far is Arno chasing Tatvidas. 2 more laps remaining, I believe. Yeah, there will be 2 more laps remaining as Victor Bernard crosses the line to start the final lap of the race. And Blesta has been overtaken by Ben Rashworth. As is the slipstream, Ben goes very aggressive to the inside. Blesta goes to the outside. Ben can move closer to him. And Ball on the brakes. Ben just sneaks his nose just in. Gives just enough space to Blesta. Can he get a better drive out of the turn 2 to extend the battle to corner number 3? Blesta forces Ben around the outside. Can Ben make the move? If he can stay side by side. Ooh, a little bit of a wiggle from Bernard on the brakes. Victor Bernard now entering the final corner. Let's switch back to ACTV just for a few moments. Yeah, as we see Ben Rashford just 0.4 behind. Mete goes back into the pit box. Will finish P15th. Bernard down on the offensive. Can he make the move around the outside on the final lap? On the final corner of the race, will Blesta be able to hold it? Ooh, Blesta goes very deep and just has to keep himself ahead into the racing line, the finishing line, which approaches very quickly up ahead. And Blesta keeps 7th place by 10th of a second. In the meantime, it's Arno and Tadfidas fighting. Tadfidas might be on the receiving end of an incident or two. Svinkunas just keeping the 10th position alive. Yes, Svinkunas just keeps the 10th. Arno takes 11th with Arno 12th position. You missed just that. Wasn't expecting the battle for the 10th place to be quite as dramatic. But let's do a roll call from P1 to P12. We have Victor Bernard, Danny Tatui, 1-2 once again with 1 Gramash, Ika Marave, 3-4 for Plus Ultra. Johan Karolczak takes home 10th position. Hayden Klampe in 6th, Blesta 7th, 8th Bernard, John 9th, Svinkunas takes from 10th place. Good recovery drive from Lithuanian driver. Arno 11th, Arno takes home his first points with 12th place. Liao Gauda's just outside of his second pair of points. Breakmeyer 14th, Mete takes on 15th, Liam Carr 16th, Tupman 17th, Quanti 18th, Ruplenas 19th, and Xander Scharf number 20. Yep, unfortunately, a lot of these issues that we have had today are as a result of the internet connection issues from certain individuals, which could have given us an even better racing. Bad luck to all the drivers who were affected by internet issues. That is unfortunately something outside of our control. But regardless, congratulations to the Victor. Victor Bernard takes home a clean sweep. Almost safe for the qualifying. With Daniel Tatui taking home 2 second place finishes. That will definitely help him in the championship standing. Right, so here, let us see if we have anybody for interviews. What a race. What a race. What could have been. Billy, I'm guessing you are Liam. I'm guessing you and Liam Carr for the when it comes for racing. Unless I'm thinking of a different driver. One that stopped in turn 2. Right, so first up we have John 21. Hello, John. What a last lap race you have shown us. There's some quite the racing for the crumbs of points there.
Yeah, it was a really good race. I really enjoyed some of the battles I've had. Sometimes I was even free wide, and it was uh, very nice to see so many battles with me especially, and I managed to finish in a higher position than I expected. Honestly, I didn't think that I could finish this high on the track. I really have had low expectation with this track because I didn't really uh, looked like I was fast enough. I didn't feel fast enough, but apparently I was.
Indeed, you were quite fast around the track and have given us quite a lot of racing. However, we do have to address the little bit of an elephant of the room, and some of the drivers have had experienced network issues that may have hampered the enjoyment and the quality of the race for some drivers.
Yeah, network was really a big issue. There was one battle I've had, which was with Anno and one other. I don't remember right now. Uh, maybe because the other one was lagging, and for sometimes it was on the side of me, sometimes it wasn't. So it was strange and very dangerous.
As a whole, would you be able to? Was it just a lot of drivers, or was it just a certain select few drivers?
It was select few drivers. I don't remember which ones because I didn't really pay attention, but uh, the the faster ones definitely didn't have lag issues. It was basically maybe drivers down the 10th position. There were more down the lane that were lagging, but definitely not the top 10.
Well, we will have to review those and make a decision on what was actually causing it. However, very well raced for you even with those issues, and happy to see that you're still enjoying the race. And speaking of that, next round is Autopolis, a quite vastly different racetrack to what we have here at Bahrain.
Yeah, I don't really know Autopolis very much, so I can't give you really an expectation. I'll have to find out how it is because I really don't know how the layout is or anything about it.
A lot of people say it's like a mini Nürburgring with the elevation change. However, we will be racing on the short layout, which stops a lot of the elevation change.
Okay.
But yeah, you can expect the lap times to be very much similar to the Bahrain layout.
All right.
But do you have anything to say from the race today?
Not much really.
All right.
I think it was I don't know. It was a middle ground race. Like even if I finished some of the network issues took off some of the enjoyment, but it was nice overall.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the races of all time. Oh, thank you, John, for racing, and well done on the results. And hope to see you in the next round.
Yeah.
Right. So let's bring Anno.
How are you doing? Hello.
Hello. How are you doing, Anno? How was the race out for you? You have given us a preview of the great battling that you are capable with multiple of other drivers, especially on that last lap in race 2.
Yeah, race 2. By around the halfway point of this, I was pretty upset about how it went at this point. I kind of had an incident lap 1, lost a lot of positions. After that battling, I'm no longer upset. That was amazing racing, like with John and with Mete and with Mateusz. that was like I'm genuinely surprised we managed to not only go like 3 wide without incident, but do it twice.
Yeah, it seems to have that
Very pleasantly
the
surprised.
the drivers are capable of pulling off amazing maneuvers in this
Yeah.
series, even the ones further down the field. The racecraft is on par.
Yeah.
It's just the execution and consistency of executing that.
Yeah, consistency is a struggle for sure, especially since well, actually, I didn't have too many issues with consistency, surprisingly enough. I didn't get quite as much practice as I would prefer for this one, but seems to have worked out decently enough.
One issue we have definitely are aware, and we are sad that it happened, is the network connectivity of some of the drivers.
That's always unfortunate when that happens, because you can't really blame the driver for that, but at the same time, you have to remove them because it's just a problem.
Yeah,
It
it is a very hard, one might say harsh
Yeah.
thing to remove a driver, but for the safety of
Yeah.
others, we may have to
Yeah, I've been.
we may have to do it very much quicker next time, without a warning if it happens.
It's been I've been on the receiving end of such removal before, and while it doesn't feel great, it's one of the things that just has to happen to keep the racing going, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is something that has to happen. But apart from that, is next round we have Autopolis, so a completely different circuit layout, similar lap times, if not maybe quicker.
Yeah, well, my answer was gonna be similar to John just before me. I've not raced it before, no experience, so no idea how it's gonna go.
Yeah, we will be racing on the short layout, and I think it poses two overtaking opportunities: long straight and a very technical middle section.
Technical middle section is my favorite. I'm so scared.
And you might have you might enjoy Autopolis then.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the feel makes it better.
Indeed. Well, again, Anna, thank you for racing. Well done on the battling that you have provided us today, especially on the last lap. That will be a good highlight reel.
Yeah, the drag race to the finish line was really nice.
Indeed. Well, I will now. Any final words you have to the stream, Anna?
No much. Just thank you once again for putting this whole thing on, and I'll see you next week, I guess.
Oh, thank you for keeping our stewards busy. Take care of yourself, Anna.
Hopefully, I didn't keep you too busy this week.
We'll see. Well, take care of yourself,
Disregard.
Anna, and we will bring Liam Carr into the interview room. Hello, Liam.
Hello.
This has been certainly a race of all time. We have seen quite a few incidents, especially with and regarding connection issues. How was it out there for you?
Well, for this first time I actually got to battle a few drivers. And then coming into a few turns, some internet issues from other drivers. I think I was punted off a few times.
Yeah, that's a very unfortunate. Something we do not want to see is internet connection, because it's unfair for everybody that is involved in that incident.
Even worse, towards the end of the race, my wheels started to pop off my desk.
Yeah, was that why we saw a car stopped in the turn 2 on the side by the apex?
Yes.
I was suspecting hardware issues, and it looks like my hunch was correct.
Yeah, it was. I think I was braking a little too hard, and I had to. Actually, was sometimes pulling on my wheel, so it started to pop off towards the end. I started spinning out in like the last 3 turns. I think I even messed up a driver coming into turn 1 because my wheel was sideways. I braked too hard, swung wide, and then hit the outside of the track and spun in hit someone. I don't know who.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. However, how was the track for you with the car?
It was. I actually really liked this track. I made a lot of improvement on it. It taught me a lot, for sure. And it was fun to race on.
We are very happy with that opinion. And the next one will be Autopolis, a vastly different track. It will be one real straight, and the middle section will be a lot of technical sections.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, there will be one well, two hairpins technically, and a squiggly section in the middle. Lap times you can expect to be more or less the same as here at Bahrain Outer.
Alright.
So hope you are looking forward to that one.
I am.
Fantastic to hear that. Well, do you have anything else that you would like to say to the stream?
No, I think that's it.
Well, thank you again, Liam, for racing, and we hope to see you again in the next round.
Alright. Thank you.
Right, take care, and let's bring in Liao Gauda's. Liao Gauda's first points! First points of the season in the reverse grid pole position.
Finally. Oh my god. This car is hard for me actually. Quite hard. In comparison to BTCC, yeah, I was scoring points quite usually there, but Praga, it's a different beast for me.
Yeah, we've noticed for yourself and Ruplanas. You guys
yeah.
were very quick, especially in the Super GTs as well. Ruplanas got a podium or two, I believe, as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And you were a very frequent reverse pole position sitter in BTCC as well.
Yeah, I was for one turn. Usually. Yeah, but it's all fun and nice to race here. It's quite competitive actually, and we were just chatting with Mete how we were actually racing in race 1 and race 2, trying to catch each other, having some good time and laughing our asses because he was swearing at me when he got in front of me, and everything else. Quite fun.
Indeed, there were a few sour points in the race. The connection issues from certain drivers that we may have to address for future and put in a proper protocol.
Oh yeah. We me and Simonas were in one voice chat, and while I was still racing in the race, he was laughing his ass off because Isate had teleported like half a straight backwards and right into Ruplanas, and he just flew out of the track.
Yeah, we have seen. I think we've seen you live. Live being taken out by a few incidents here and there.
Yeah, but it happens. Crashes happen in real races. Crashes happen in sim races. Well, internet issues is a problem, but we are racing for good time, and if I spin out, I swear at myself and keep going. So it's part of the learning process, to be honest.
Indeed, that's a great attitude to have. Speaking of the next round at Autopolis, are you looking forward to that race, to that track?
I am. Well, to be honest, I haven't driven the track at all. It will be my first time there, so it will be a challenge to learn it. But most of the time, I don't put in that much of practice time, like maybe 2.5 hours before a race. So it's doable. With that amount of time, I'm still doing decent, at least from my perspective. But I heard you with a person before we were interviewing that it's like pretty similar to Bahrain as we've driven, so should be quite fun. It was tight here, yeah. Short track, everyone is quite close to each other. I had the stream on my right side monitor. So I took a sneak peek from time to time, and I saw a lot of people, like 3 cars going behind each other, trying to catch each other. So for me, that is the best racing. Everyone staying close, trying to catch each other, and having fun.
Indeed, there's been definitely quite a lot of fun during the non-incident, incident-free moments, and we have seen quite amazing driving and racecraft here today. So, Algadas, any final words you have to say to this stream before we pull in the final interviewee of the day?
Last words. Yeet Motorsports is gonna keep eating, spitting out, and making fun moments for the chat. That's my final words for today. So have fun, everybody, and catch you next week.
Take care of yourself, Algadas, and thank you again for joining us. And as we bring on our final interviewee of the day, Hayden.
Hey, how's it going?
Debutant, double P6 finish. That's quite a good start to the championship.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely decent. I mean, I feel like I could have got more out of it, but it was, I mean, race one, I just had a small error in setup. I set my gears too long, and then I had a couple of mistakes, and then I couldn't really move forward at all. So, yeah, that was just what it was. And then race two, I think I knocked Lagaudas lap one. And yeah, so I came to a stop, let him through, went down to the back, and then just from there it was just go forward, and yeah, keep nose out of trouble, just try and pick off people, see where I could get to.
Fair enough. So yeah, you had quite a
So yeah,
interesting first couple of races, and your pace, especially on practice ever, has been quite good. So it bodes very well for you in the championship.
yeah. I mean, honestly, for me, like I know the title's probably not going to happen given I've joined halfway through the season. So for me, I just want to see how far I can get to. But yeah, if I could get to like top 10 in the standings, that would be ridiculous, or to expect. But that's the hope. See how far I can get.
Indeed, there's some very quick drivers around here,
Oh yeah,
around these parts, as you probably
yeah.
have witnessed yourself, and you've only met
Oh,
a
absolutely,
fraction of them.
absolutely. Yeah, I felt fairly confident through the week I could maybe contend for a podium. Then I see people putting 0.5s into practice, so it's just
Indeed.
I just completely recalibrated at that point. Yeah,
Indeed, but
my whole
double PC is still very good. Very good. However, the few of the excitements of the race have been hampered down by a few of the issues that have been reported against few drivers, mainly in the internet connection issues. Have you been on the experiencing end of that?
I've seen some of it happen. I didn't really have any problems with it. I mean, the only real influence I had on my race was when I was passing Leicester in race two. I had a slightly different approach, like didn't sit in his toe as long, stuff like that. But it didn't really have a direct impact on how I went about the race, I'd say. And it wasn't really on the wrong side of it.
All right. So next round, then we have Autopolis, similar lap time, but the layout of the track is different. We will be racing on the short layout.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Should be a fun track. I mean, it's got a good flow to it, and yeah, should be also a little more open in places. So hopefully the racing will still be as good. And yeah, I mean, it was a hell of a debut. Really proud of everyone that was racing. We're just really happy to be racing against such quick drivers in the first proper run here. And yeah, I just hope that next week's more of the same.
Indeed, and you will be hopefully will be joined by your teammate, and hope you to get Sunset Outrun up higher in the team's championship as well, I suppose.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's yeah, we're just going to see how far we can get this season, and yeah, it's just setting up, really getting settled in at this point, and yeah, hopefully next week I'll be able to contend for something a little bit higher up the order, just now that I'm more used to the car and how to run a race with it. But yeah, for a runner as kind of raw in knowledge, it was alright, I'd say.
Indeed, well, happy to hear that you have enjoyed your debut here at Let Pro Racing.
Yeah, it's been great. Some of the best racing I've had on the game.
Well, we are definitely happy to hear that, and something that we try to strive and try to minimize the amount of incidents that we get. Sometimes it's out of our hands, but we try to clamp down on it. Well, any
Yeah.
final words you have, Hayden, for the Twitch chat?
None really. Just want to say another thank you to everyone I was racing with for the racecraft and just being good, just being good with when it was side by side or if it was a racing situation. And yeah, thanks to everyone, and I can't wait to be back next week and hopefully contend for something a little more than 2 6 places.
Fantastic. Well, again, thank you so much, Hayden. Well done on your
Okay.
debut, and I'm looking forward to what you
Thank
can
you.
do in the rest of the season.
Thanks, man. Have a good evening.
You too, mate. And with that, we come down. I need to get a mic for this guy, just like BTCC Adam had for his interview, a little mic whenever I'm interviewing drivers. But that has been a race which had some of the best side-by-side action we have seen. Drags to the line, 3 wide with no incidents involvement, and the other extreme where we had quite a few issues, especially with the internet, which we may have to provide even more stringent protocols to avoid. So it's a race. It's definitely a race with 2 sides of a coin, but I hope you viewers have enjoyed. I hope the drivers have enjoyed the racing that they have received, and any feedback, please refer them to us, and we will take care of those feedback as soon as possible. But apart from that, a lot of positives to be taken, and a lot of learning to be taken. But that is at the end of the day, racing. I'll try to move that. Never mind. That is racing and running the league hosting. Most importantly, I hope everyone had fun. And I hope we can see every single one of you here at Autopolis, and looking forward to the remainder of the season. And I'm really looking forward to the next season and seeing what kind of shenanigans we can come up there. Halfway of the season already. It's been 5 weeks. It has gone by quickly. Well, 5 more weeks to the rest of the season, and let's see how this championship turns out. Everybody, have a good day, good evening, and enjoy our usual ending.